Oh, it wouldn't be a Baltimore Ravens offseason without a swerve like this. Literally just a couple of hours ago, we were talking about how Calais Campbell, Mike McDaniel, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, he let it be known like, hey, Calais Campbell, he's going over different offers for multiple teams. Obviously, the Miami Dolphins were part of that. He's mentioned the Baltimore Ravens, but he also did say that there were some other teams as well where Calais Campbell was deciding on if he was going to accept a contract offer from any of those teams or if he was going to be like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. Well, we got our answer because Calais Campbell is officially signing a deal. But it ain't with the Baltimore Ravens. It's not even with the Miami Dolphins. But he's going to the Arizona Cardinals. He's going to the Arizona Cardinals. And he used to play there before, so he's just going back. But let's see the details of the deal. This from Ian Rappaport said, 38 and still going. Standout defensive lineman and Dolphins free agent Calais Campbell is expected to sign with the Arizona Cardinals on a one-year deal. Sources say, as the former Walter Payton Man of the Year is set for another season. He said 38 years old with 17 seasons under his belt. Campbell isn't done. And it is a 1 year, $5.5 million deal with a max value of $7.5 million. So Calais Campbell decides, you know what? I don't want to go to Miami where the weather is the best, better than everywhere. I don't want to go to Baltimore because I know. I mean, they've been getting close. They're close. They ain't been getting over the hump yet, but I could help them. But I don't want to go there. They do a lot of winning. Okay, cool, but not enough winning. But I want to go. It's okay. It is what it is. With Calais Campbell, he's going to the Arizona Cardinals. I know a lot of fans will say, oh, man, why is he choosing money over rings? Rings don't pay your bills. They really don't. Getting a Super Bowl ring or even the opportunity of a Super Bowl ring, that don't pay your bills. In order for you, sometimes with these players, in order for them to make the most money, they got to go somewhere where it ain't the prettiest, man. It ain't the sexiest to be there, whatnot. It ain't the best position. What? But, hey, Calais Campbell, congrats to you. You had to do what you had to do. Go get your bread because maybe this may be his last season. We'll see. But he chose them. So this is just, it seems like we back now. It seems like we really, really back now. Because I don't even remember the last time that this happened where the Baltimore Ravens, they were interested in somebody, even offered them a deal and all. Because it's one thing if a team is just interested, but the Baltimore Ravens were steps beyond just interested because they tried to sign Calais. Literally offered him a deal. Had a contract on the table for, all right, Calais Campbell, boom, take it or leave it. And he left it. I didn't think that I was going to see y'all so soon. I didn't think Calais Campbell was going to get a deal that quickly. Ben, when I saw breaking news come across my phone, I was thinking, oh, did the Ravens get... And no, they didn't get him, but it's okay. While we're here, we might as well turn this negative into a positive and talk about what y'all want to speak about with any questions that y'all got on our Baltimore Ravens. And if you would like to be a part of that, you can send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com, or for the patrons, you can send a DM directly on Patreon. Let's get into it. First question came from my guy, Steven. He said, what's going on, Ingraven? What's up, Steve? He said, question, why don't the Ravens give King Henry a longer contract deal? He is a beast. Well, apparently they're working on it. They're working on it, but they just obviously haven't made it to the finish line yet, but they are racing to get there, so it's only a matter of time. He also said, now on a different note, I'm originally from Baltimore, but I live in Oregon, and I love my Ravens, but there's no places up here for me to get any Ravens gear. Oh, man, well, you got to go online. I mean, you go straight to BaltimoreRavens.com, and they'll get you everything. But anyway, he said, and right now I'm currently not working because I'm taking care of my girlfriend. Oh, okay. So what advice could you give me? You're doing the right thing. Because you taking care of her, I'm not sure what the situation is. I don't know the details on it, but you're doing a very, very commendable thing with helping her out, whatever way you are helping her out in. If you could maybe, if your schedule allows for you to work and still be able to take care of her, I say go for it. Go for it. Then as you work, set some money to the side and whatnot. And cause the Ravens gear ain't going nowhere. Ravens ain't going nowhere. They'll be there. But you're doing the right thing. So good job on your part, Steve. Next question came from my guy, Adam. He said, one issue I have with Eric DeCosta, he doesn't know how to study the draft and pick the right pass rushers. Well, some of the pass rushers that Eric DeCosta has gotten, Odafe Away, David Ajabo, Tavius Robinson, Adisa Isaac. I guess Nnamdi Madubuike, you can count him as one. I know I'm missing some more people, but off the top of my head, so that's that. Anyway, he said, news came out that they may hold a private workout for another one of those project players, Femi Oladejo from UCLA, who some are calling a first rounder just because of his workout at a combine when all he did through 4 years of college was about 200 tackles and 5.5 sacks. But yet, there's another pass rusher Mel Kiper has been talking about, and he's calling a second to fourth rounder due to his age and 5 years of college ball by the name of Antoine Powell Ryland, who played his first 3 years at Florida. Didn't get much playing time, but had 4.5 sacks. But after transferring to Virginia Tech, last 2 seasons, he had 25.5 sacks. Oh, that boy produced. Oh, he's productive. He said, a guy with these stats, I'd rather see getting a private workout for the Ravens. Now, I wouldn't take it as anything just because one guy's getting a private workout over another, because what about the public workout? What about the pro days? I'm sure Ravens got scouts literally everywhere. This is like their busiest time of the year for them scouts because they got to be everywhere, looking at everybody, getting information on everything. So I wouldn't really take that into account, but I do get what you're saying, because you're saying that you want to get somebody coming out of college who's productive. You don't want a project. You want somebody productive, and I agree with that 1,020%. So I'm right there with you. He said, if you think about it, Baltimore could also draft a 5-year cornerback in the first round and get this guy in the second or third. What are your thoughts on that? Now, a cornerback, that's always an option because, you know, the Ravens always looking for more cornerbacks. They got Nate Wiggins. They got Marlon Humphrey. They also got Chidobe Awuzie, and they got some question marks with Jalen Armour-Davis. And I would say Chidobe is a question mark now, too, because he's been hurt the past couple of years. But you know a lot more about his game. You know he has started in the NFL, so he can start in the NFL. So that's where the question marks will stop. But just the question marks will be about his injuries. But Jalen Armour-Davis, a lot of injuries there. TJ Tampa, just a lot of unknown there. So I could still see Baltimore Ravens getting a cornerback. In round 1, I don't think so. I think they're actually going in another direction. But we'll talk about that another time. Defense. Next question came from my guy, Andre. He said, what's good, Ingraven and team? Keep it clean. I wanted to ask you what you think of getting Desmond Watson. Oh, that's a big boy right there. Now, I know with him, the defensive lineman out of Florida, I believe, 400, like 464, 47. That's a big, he's a big boy. And I know that before his pro day, I believe it was looking like he's going to go undrafted, but after his pro day, that sort of boosted his stock a bit. So maybe he could be a late round pick. I honestly would not be mad at it. I really wouldn't be. Because especially with a late round pick, when you're doing a late round pick, you're basically taking shots in the dark. But if you can get somebody of some value, especially defensive lineman, we just missed out on the defensive lineman coming back. But I would actually love it. I would be very intrigued at him joining the Baltimore Ravens as a prospect and seeing just what they did with him. Because the Baltimore Ravens, that is one of the positions that they certainly know how to get the most out of, and that is a defensive lineman. So I'm very interested. So I wouldn't mind. Just to answer your question, he said he could be the run stuff and answer we need and allow the edge rush to get the job done. Oh yeah, he taking up like 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. The whole offensive line gonna have trouble blocking him because he's just so massive. He just takes up so much space, and it would just be crazy to see it. But I would be all for it. So Ravens, go ahead, do what you got to do. He said, as always, thank you for the great insight, and thank you. Shout out to you, Dre. Appreciate you, my friend. Next question came from my guy, Gus. Now, this does not apply to Gus because he didn't do it, but I just want to give a little warning or PSA, whatever. If you're sending in your question, this is Team Keep It Clean. If you're sending in your question, I know we get frustrated sometimes. I know different people express themselves different ways. So I get it, and I can't say I necessarily respect it, but I don't agree with it. But it is what it is. Different people express themselves different ways. But if you send in your question, this is Team Keep It Clean. You're literally sending your question to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com. Don't include no cursing in it, please. Don't be cursing in the question and all that. Please don't be doing that. Because we ain't gonna do it. That's it. So anyway, next question came from my guy Gus, who did keep it clean. He said, Ingraven, I'm not gonna lie. My mind is a little bit iffy right now, so I'm gonna just cut to the chase right quick. Do we draft a corner to move Marlowe back to safety? Not yet. You don't move him back to safety yet. Now, you could draft a corner with the intention of doing that in the future, but that corner would also serve you right here, right now. So that's an option. But I don't think you move cornerback. I don't think you move Marlowe back to safety right now. He said it would fix the safety talk and chatter that we need a safety while also adding a piece to his spot. There are two options I think that could be, and I'm going to get to that part now that I remember exactly what I wanted to say. Also, he was like typing and thinking at the same time. He said a lot of people want us to address the safety in this year's draft, and I think Marlowe would fit perfectly with his bond that he's created with Kyle. And he said, my bad, super duper Kyle Hamilton since they drafted him. I appreciate that, my friend. He said the two players I think could potentially fall to the Ravens in the first are Jordan Hancock out of Ohio State and Will Johnson out of Michigan. Now, Will Johnson, everything I heard about him, it don't sound like he falling at all. So, I don't see that happening, man. Every single thing that I heard about Will Johnson, I don't hear nothing about him falling nowhere. Now, is it possible? Of course it is. It is. But cornerback, with the cornerback position, that is a so I don't want to call it a skill position. I feel like every single position on the field, it requires skill. But that's one of those sexy positions that, especially if there starts to be a run on cornerbacks, then people are going to be like, oh, man, people taking all the cornerbacks. You know what? Let me snatch that one up real quick. So I don't think he'll fall to the Ravens. He said, what are your thoughts, being that we are getting closer and closer to draft night? Yeah, we right there. First round, though, I don't think Ravens are going cornerback either. But again, we'll talk about that later. He said, hope you and the family team keep it clean are all having great nights, and hopefully, like John Cena's hopes of winning 17, I'm out. And then he put, yeet.